What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about UFC Vegas 102, uh, Cannonier versus Barack Obama. I thought this card overall was pretty solid. Um, the main and co-main event, the main event was great. The main event was great. The main event was a fight of the year contender, ladies and gentlemen. There's not been a lot of fight of the year contenders, unfortunately, so far. The co-main event, we'll get to that. So we'll start with the main event. Make sure you guys like and sub. Let's get right into it. Cannonier versus Gregory Rodrigues. I picked Gregory Rodrigues, and my pick was almost right. Like he almost knocked out Cannonier in the first round. I kind of think he fumbled a finish, but at the same time, Cannonier has some of the best recovery we've ever seen in the UFC. Like this guy, he's so good at recovering, man. When you think about when Baraujo almost finished him, he recovered. When I want to say Whitaker wobbled him or rocked him. He recovered. Obviously, in this fight, he recovered. And Mavov had him hurt, which that stoppage looking back now was terrible. That was a terrible stoppage looking back. But nonetheless, he recovered here. And Gregory Rodrigues looked kind of gassed in the second round. And Cannonier probably won that round. And then in the third round, it was kind of back and forth. It was good for Rodrigues. He was looking all right. He wasn't looking too bad until he just got completely elbowed. I think he got elbowed that just dropped him really bad at the end of round three. And he was almost finished. It was so close. I'm surprised the ref didn't stop it because the referees lately have been just giving early stoppages out like candy. And then, like, bro, he could barely get up. He goes in the corner. I don't know why his corner didn't think to sit him down. That was stupid. He's standing up, and his corner's just like, yeah, yeah, whatever the fuck. They're trying to motivate him basically to get back in the fight, but he was done. He was done on the feet. As soon as the round starts, bro, he's almost just like he's just a walking corpse, and then and Cannonier just finishes him. And though I picked Rodrigues, this is not the most surprising um, how do I say this? Is not the most surprising result. I'm not surprised Cannonier stopped this guy because this guy has been rocked a couple of times before. He's even been knocked out before by Bruno Fajea and some other people. So yeah, Jared Cannonier, like Iron Turtle, almost had him finished, I believe. So yeah, Jared Cannonier, um, yeah, great win. Unk is not washed. Unk is definitely not washed. And yeah, and in terms of this being a fight of the year, is definitely a fight of the year contender for sure. It's definitely a contender. My fight of the year is probably Umar versus Marab, and you guys can let me know in the comments what your fight of the year is so far. But so far, it's probably Umar Marab. But this was very, very close. I got a fucking booger in my nose. Anyways, what's next for Cannonier then? Because I'm not gonna make a fight to make because there's just not enough big fights. Cannonier should fight maybe the winner of Anthony Hernandez and Brendan Allen, which is next weekend or this weekend, next whatever. If not that, maybe Kennedy or Loki could fight Sean Strickland. Is that crazy to say that? I mean, no, maybe that's too much. But hey, he did beat Sean Strickland, so no, I don't think he'd do that. Maybe yeah, maybe he'd do the. I don't know. Cannonier's in a very tough spot. He admitted it himself, where he's like, well, the guys that are above me, I've all lost to. And then it's the guys that are under me are so freaking dangerous, which is why I actually think middleweight is low-key underrated now, because like it's actually become a solid division where you've got guys like Anthony Hernandez, Roman Kopylov, Bo Nickel, Sharamagomedov, even though he's a bum now. Rodrigues, even though he's a bum now as well. I'm kidding, by the way. They're not bums, I'm just saying. But yeah, anyways, Cannonier in a tricky spot, but maybe he could fight the winner of Anthony Hernandez, Brendan Allen. As for Gregory Rodrigues, back to the PFL for you. He's never been in the PFL. I don't know what's next for him. Maybe he could fight the loser of. Well, he's unranked, so maybe he could fight like Shara Magomedov or. Hey, he could fight Michelle Pereira. I don't know if that fight's ever happened, but there you go. So that was that fight, and that fight was a war. Incredible fight. Make sure you guys check it out if you haven't. Co-main event: Kattar versus Yusuf Zalal. I want to go on a little rant on this one, okay? Because Yusuf Zalal is kind of Mario Batista himself here. And what I mean by that is he fought a legend who was willing to fight him, but like a fucking pussy, he chickened out and won via a chicken decision. And the first round, it was like fine. All right, he's slick. He's using the head movement. He's kind of dipping around. He's fast. He's fast little. He's a fast little shit, right? You can't catch him. And he won that round, but it was like you know he didn't do too. He didn't. He caught him with a couple of jabs and a couple leg kicks, but it wasn't nothing crazy. And it was like, all right, that's only the first round. And it's a 3 rounder, by the way. Which I low key think if it's a co-main event, it should be 5 rounds. Low key, that's my opinion. I don't know what you guys think. I feel like this should have been a 5 rounder, but whatever. So he's dipping around, he's dodging around. Round two, he's doing the same thing, but he's running even more. He's throwing less and running more now. I'm like, all right, this is kind of, this is getting kind of annoying here. Round three, he's literally like Barry Allen, the Flash, running away from Calvin Kattar. Mind you, and I truly believe this, ladies and gentlemen, if this was a 5 rounder, Calvin Kattar would have knocked this guy out in probably round 4 or 5. Because round three, he's not running as much. His legs are definitely tired. Definitely tired. And Calvin Kattar was catching him clean. He caught him with a clean elbow. He caught him with some clean shots and uppercut. He caught him with some body shots on the break a couple of times. Calvin Kattar was looking real nice in the 3rd round. Like, if I'm Calvin Kattar and I'm Calvin Kattar's team, I would not hang my head low at all. I thought Calvin Kattar looked very good in this fight. Considering how he looked in the Aljamain Sterling fight and considering he exploded his ACL against Arnold Allen, like, I thought Calvin Kattar looked pretty good in this fight. Well, in the 3rd round, in the first 2 rounds, his opponent was literally running, and the 3rd round as well. But that 3rd round was money for Kattar. But Zalal was just doing this fucking thing, just running away. It was one of those. It was such a honestly, it was just such an uneventful performance. I was live tweeting it. If you guys want to check out my Twitter, BXGMMA, it's the same as my YouTube name. Um, if you don't want to, guys, you don't have to, guys. All right. But check out my OnlyFans. I'm kidding, but yeah. But Yusuf Zalal, man, this was just such an uneventful performance by him, man. I like my prediction literally was, yeah, I think Zalal, he's gonna really hurt Calvin Kattar in this. I could see him even getting a 10-8. I said I could see him just really damaging Calvin Kattar, really putting the works on him. He literally didn't even do that. Like, it was just such an uneventful performance. And I don't even, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, just not a good performance by Yusuf Zalal. I don't really know what else to say. This performance made me realize, oh yeah, he probably loses to like Volkanovski, Max Holloway. If you want to go even lower, Arnold Allen, Yair Rodrigues. These guys all probably beat him, especially in a 5 rounder. Maybe in a 3 rounder he can kind of move around a little bit like a little retard, but in a 5 rounder, man. And he's such a shit talker too. Like, he's annoying. He's got a little squeaky voice. He's a shit talker. He's got a smug face. I do not like Yusuf Zalal, and I'm hoping he gets knocked out in his next fight. I don't give a shit, guys. You gotta respect all fighters. Fuck that. When they fight like that, I don't That's why I always say fighters should not be paid more. I'm sorry, I'm spitting all over the place. Fighters should not be paid more, bro. They shouldn't. Fighter pay should not be increased because when you fight like Yusuf Zalal, it shows why they're paid. He's probably not going to fight for another 9 months anyways, like they all do. They all take 9-month breaks. Edmund Shabazzian got a 1st-round knockout. Cool. I think I got this pick right, so that's pretty cool. Ishmael Bonfim. I don't really know what happened here. I don't know if this was just a loss in translation thing. I don't know if this was he legitimately just couldn't see. It's so confusing with these because you got Ishmael Bonfim who got head kicked in the face, right? And you've got like 3 people around him asking if he can continue. This guy is probably rocked and has like CTE from just finishing a first round. He's probably not in the right headspace, and he can't speak English. And then you got an English doctor asking him if he can continue a fight, and then you got a translator who's probably not even good at translating, who's like poorly translating the question, and he's just all confused, and he's like, no, yeah, and he's like, and they just call it off, and then that's my problem with the way that they do it. I know it was in between rounds. Well, technically the round had finished, and it was just weird. It was a weird finish. It was just they did it with Johnny Walker too. You've got these American ass English speaking doctors asking a guy who barely speaks English, "Hey, can you continue?" And he's over here kind of confused. He just been kneed in the head. We need to fix this fucking sport. Like this sport is so shit, man. Oh my god. Um, sometimes, but I picked Ishmael Bonfim, so whatever. And he was winning the fucking first round as well, by the way, until he got head kicked, of course. Petrosky won. I think I got this pick wrong. Who gives a fuck? Petrosky looks like a. Let me stop. Delgado won. I got this pick right, I believe. Angela Hill won. I believe I got this pick right or wrong. I got this pick wrong. Aguilera lost. I got this pick wrong. I got this pick right. Gabriel Bonfim beat Chaos Williams. Yeah. So some people pick Chaos Williams. I'm not gonna name any other people, but yeah, Gabriel Bonfim. I picked him to win, and he won. He submitted him in the second round. Not really surprising to me. Um, Chaos Williams is out cold, like that, which was really crazy. Like he was just out cold. He was like seizing on the floor, Bryce Mitchell style. It was just I believe I did pick Gabriel Bonfim via round three submission. Did I? Did I? I don't remember, but I picked Gabriel Bonfim. That's all that matters. So I'm the best picker on MMA. No, I'm not. I got a ton of picks wrong, low key. I got Aguilera wrong. I got Souza wrong. I got Delgado right. I got yeah, but some of these fights are really bullshit, man. Some of these fights are bullshit. Anyways, Elijah Smith, solid fight. Um, I believe I got that pick right. Walter Walker, the goat, Walter Walker. He looked absolutely, he looked great. He looked like he is back on cycle. He submitted Dante Mays via knee bar in the first round, and yeah, Walter Walker could maybe actually be something in the worst division in the UFC, but he might be able to be something. You know, he's got grappling. Clearly, he's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got good grappling. He's, you know, I don't know if he's, I believe he has how many fights in UFC too, right? And they're both by knee bar submission. So he's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. Maybe he could be something. If he could get his striking good and he has a good chin, unlike his brother. And then Julia Villa, I believe I got this pick right. I think I picked the uglier one. That's about it. So the card was, it was the problem with the card is that it's got too many people on it that it's like, who cares? Like, who cares if Walter Walker really wins because he's unranked? Who cares about Elijah Smith? Who cares about? I mean, I like Gabriel Bonfim, but who really cares? He's not even ranked. Who cares about Aguilera and Estevam? Who cares about Angela Hill? Who cares about Delgado, who's making his debut? Who cares about Petrovsky? Who cares about Nazim Sadikov? Who cares about Edmund Shabazian? Who cares? And then obviously, it's the only two fights that were good are the co-main and the main, and the co-main was shit, and the main event was really good, and that was it. So we need to get the fuck out of the Apex. Next weekend we're getting out of the Apex, but you know that's next weekend. So I guess I'll see you guys then. No, obviously I'll drop some videos, so be on the lookout for that. See you guys next time. Let me know what you thought about the card. Let me know if your predictions were right, if they were wrong, all that other nice stuff. Peace. Shout out to Jared Cannonier. Yeah.